Hello everyone, welcome back to Python programming. In this video, we are going to see how to install Python. So you can open your browser and in that you can type Python download. You will see many websites from where you can download Python. Now let me download Python from the official website, python.org. Just click download Python. Here you will see various tabs available. Just go to the download tab. Once you go to the downloads tab, now you can start downloading Python as per your operating system. So Python is available for Windows OS, Linux, Mac OS, and other OS like iOS. So now I'm going to install Python in Windows. Once you go to the download tab, it will show you the latest version of the Python available. That is Python 3.9.1 is the latest version. If you want, you can download this version. Otherwise, if you want to go for older versions, that is also possible. Just scroll down. When you go here, you can download different versions. So now let me go and download Python 3.8.6. So just click on that. Then scroll down. Here you can see Windows x86 64 executable installer. Click that one. Now Python is downloading. So once the exe file is downloaded, you can run this file. So when you run the file, it will show you two ways. One is you can install Python in the default path specified, or otherwise you can select the location as per your convenience. And let me go for the first option. Before that, you have to click in the checkbox, add Python 3.8 to path. After you select that, go to install now. So here, the Python will be installed in the default folder specified. Now the setup is in progress. Now when you get setup was successful, you can close this. Now Python is successfully installed in your system. Go to start menu. When you click the start menu, you can move down. Now here you can see Python 3.8 is newly installed software. Just click this one. Once you click this, you can see four different icons. One is IDLE, stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. And this is IDE for Python. And the second one is Python 3.8. This is the Python terminal. Then third one is the Python manual. Then fourth, you have Python module documentation. So once you get all these things, our Python installation is over. Now let us see how to run the Python code. We have two different methods to run the Python code. They are interactive mode and then script mode. In case of interactive mode, it is also known as REPL, stands for read, evaluate, print, and then loop. So in this, first it will read a Python statement, evaluate the result of the statement, and finally it prints the result on the screen. After finishing one statement, it loop backs to read the next statement. This continues as long as we are entering some statements. In case of interactive mode, we are going to execute the code in a Python shell, and we can access the shell by using three different methods. One is using Python terminal, second is using the command prompt on our machine, third one is using Python IDLE. And coming to the pros and cons of interactive mode, the main advantages of interactive mode are it is useful when the script is very short and we want to see the result immediately on the screen. And this method is faster because as soon as we enter the commands, immediately we are getting some result on the screen. And this is perfect choice for the beginners who wish to understand the basic syntax of Python statements. When they enter any statement, immediately they will see the result. So they will understand all the statements very easily by using this mode. And coming to the disadvantages of the interactive mode, the editing of the code is hard in interactive mode because we need to move back to the previous commands. And also it is difficult to run lengthy program. Now to overcome these disadvantages, we generally go for the script mode. In case of the script mode, it is preferred when the program is lengthy. And in this, generally we store our program in a text file and save it with the extension .py. Py stands for Python file. And for this, we can use any text editor. The popularly used text editors are Sublime, Atom, Notepad++. And coming to the pros and cons of script mode, the main advantages are easy to run lengthy code and editing can be done easily in script mode. This is suitable for beginners and experts to run lengthy code. And coming to the disadvantages, this script mode is not preferred when we need to run a program or when we need to run only one statement or few lines of code. And in this, first we have to create the file, save the file. After that only we can execute the code. So because of this, some time is wasted in creating and saving the file. Now let us see how to run the Python program in the interactive mode. Here we have three different methods. First is by using the command prompt, we can run the program in the interactive mode. And second, we can use the Python terminal. Third, we can use Python IDLE. Let us first see the command prompt. So you can go to the search box here and type CMD. Now command prompt will be opened in Windows. After that, you can type now Python -- version. Now this will print the current version of the Python installed. Here it is Python 3.8.6. Then you can give pip -- version. Then you can press enter key. So here pip is nothing but it is a Python package manager. This is mainly used to install external packages in Python. And here the current version of pip is 20.2.1 and this is installed in this particular path. And by using this method, Python shell is opened in the command prompt. Now let us see how to open the Python shell in the command prompt. So you can now type Python. Now I am in the command prompt. When I type Python, it is giving me this particular symbol. When I see 3 greater than symbols like this, it is nothing but it is a Python shell. So I am opening the Python shell in the command prompt of the Windows. Now let us see how to perform certain operations. First we'll see how to print a message. Let me give print hello world. After this, press enter. Then the message will be printed on the screen. So here we are calling the function print to print a message on the screen. In case of programming languages like C, we need to write the main function. Inside that only we can write the printf statement. And also we need to include the necessary header file like stdio.h. Whereas in case of Python, nothing is required like that. We are using scripting here. So when we call the function print, automatically message is printed. Likewise, you can perform arithmetic operations also. Not only arithmetic operation, all the operations we can perform here. So when I give 5 plus 10, it is printing me the answer as 15. And also I can give something like this. Hello, then multiply by 5. Now what is going to happen is this particular message, it is considered as a string. This string will be printed 5 times. Finally, when you want to exit this shell, you can do exit command. Now it is automatically coming back to the Windows command prompt. This is how we can execute the program in the interactive mode by using the command prompt. Now let us focus on the second method. Now let us see the second method, calling the interactive mode from the Python terminal. So for that, we need to just go to the start. Then here we have the Python terminal. So click on this. When you click Python terminal, here again it is displaying the version of the Python 3.8.6. Automatically it is giving us the shell prompt. Whatever messages or commands we have entered before, the same thing we can do now also. So I'm now giving print hello world. So it is now printing me the message. You can also perform other computations. 5 plus 7, it is giving me answer as 12. If you want to exit the shell, you can type here exit and press enter. It comes out. Now let us focus on the third method using Python IDLE. So for that, go to the start and then select Python 3.8 in this Python IDLE. This is the interactive development environment for Python. And once we open Python IDLE, again it is displaying as the shell. So that is nothing but the Python terminal. Here we can type our commands. So again, I am printing. Come to Python. In all the three different methods, first it is reading some command. After that, it is evaluating it, then printing the answer on the screen. Again, it is looping back to read the next statement. The same thing will be repeated many times as soon as you are entering some commands. So it is known as REPL. Now let us see how to run the program in the script mode. For that, first go to the Start menu. From here, you can select Python idle IDE. So choose idle. Now you will get the Python command prompt. From here, you can go to File, select New File. A new file will be created and the name of the file is nothing. So you have untitled now. You can now start typing your program. And this type of mode is used when your program is lengthy in nature. I'm going to write a simple program to add two numbers. When you write any program, you can add comments to the program, which will improve the readability of the program so that when a new user reads your program, they can easily understand. So I have given comments in the program in the first two lines, program to add two numbers. Then I'm going to initialize the input. And in case of Python, there is no need to declare any variables. So whenever you want any variable, you can directly initialize them with values. So here I am writing two variables, num1 and num2. They are initialized with values 55 and then 77. In programming languages like C, C++, Java, we have to specify the data type of the variable, but here we are not doing that. Since num1 and num2 are initialized with the integers, that is the whole numbers, they will be automatically declared as integer data. And after that, you can give command for printing the sum. Now I'm going to display the sum to the user. For that, we can use the built-in function print. So for this function, you have to pass the argument. I want to print my output with some message. So I'm giving the string as sum is. After that, I want to print the sum. You can get the sum by adding the numbers num1 and then num2. So I'm giving here sum is comma num1 plus num2. Now our Python program is ready. You can go and save the program first. So go to File, click Save. Now it will display the default path for saving your file. This is where your Python is installed. If you want, you can save in this folder, or otherwise you can choose the folder as per your convenience. Now I'm going to save in the same folder. You can come and give the file name here. I'm going to type the file name as test1. And here the file type is automatically saved as Python files. You can click now, save. Once you save the file name is automatically changed. It is now test1.py, and it will also show you the path in which the file is available. And 3.8.6 is nothing but the version of the Python. Now, if you see the program, different entities are displayed in different colors. So in case of Python idle, a color scheme is followed so that users will easily understand whether it is a variable declaration or they are calling some built-in functions or it is a comment. From the color scheme, you can easily identify everything. Now let us see the color scheme followed by Python idle. So when we have any comments will be displayed in dark red or maroon. Then if you have any error messages, they will be displayed in light red. Variables and constants are displayed in black color. If you have any strings are nothing but anything inside double quote or single quote, they will be displayed in green color. And if you call any built-in functions in Python, they will be displayed in purple. The comments will be displayed in orange, and user-defined functions are displayed in blue. So this is a color scheme followed in idle. Now you can consider this program. So according to the color scheme, various information are displayed. First, I have comments. These two lines are comments. So comments are displayed in dark red. Then num1 and num2 are variables. So they are declared in black. 55 and 77 are constants. They are also declared in black. And print is a built-in function. This is displayed in violet. And sum is a string. Since it is declared inside double quote, it is a string. It is displayed in green color. And then Again, num1 and num2 are variables, so they are displayed in black. Now my Python program is ready. I can run the program. To run the program, go to menu bar. Here you can click the run. In run, you have run module. Either you can click this one or otherwise you can press F5. So when I run the program, I am getting the output as sum is 132. In case of programming languages like C or C++, first we will compile our program, then we will run the program. Whereas in case of Python, we have only one step. Straightly you can go to run and give run module. Now once you finish your work, you can go to file, then you can exit. You can also run the Python program in the script mode from the command prompt. You can go to the folder where you have saved your Python file. So in the previous example, I have saved my Python file in this particular path and the file name is test1.py. You go to the place where the file is available. After that, you can click here, then type cmd, then press enter. Once you do that, automatically our command prompt will be opened in this particular folder. You can see the path here. So in this path only, our file test1 is available. So now we are going to run our program. So for that, we can give Python space file name, that is test1.py. Then press enter. Now we are getting the answer as sum is 132. Now we have seen two different ways for executing the program in the script mode.